Kevin Helmet Pathrath, Lord of YouTube. I'm disappointed in you, step bro. I'm disappointed in you, boy. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. In this video, we're going to talk about a stock that me, Kevin, pumped up on his channel and actually bought a position in. I'm sure he sold out of it. And now it's down 95%. And the whole point of this video is to instruct you on how to identify a stock that has the potential to collapse 95%. There are many stocks out there that are highly profitable, that have growing cash flows, earnings, and revenue. And while those stocks may fall, unless they are insanely overvalued, like Tesla, they're probably not, can't guarantee it, but they're probably not going to drop 95%. But if you look at a stock and it is massively unprofitable and it's diluting the shareholders and it's burning cash, oh yeah, that company can easily drop 95%. What stock are we talking about? Well, this is known as Shift Technologies. So here's a Meet Kevin video. Cheap $8 stock that could 5x. I mean, stocks could do anything. You might as well put 20x. Buying this now. This video was released November 25th, 2020. If we pull up Shift Technologies, it's 20 cents now. I don't think Kevin held on to this, but this is a great teaching lesson, okay? So on November 20th, it was roughly $9.21. I guess it must have pumped up right after he made this video, because you see he says it's an $8 stock, and then you look at the chart right here, and then you can see it pumps up to $9.21. I'm not accusing Kevin of pumping and dumping. I'm just saying the stock went up. And you can even see the stock price. The video came out November 25th, 2020. November 25th, 2020. We could see the stock opened at $7.28, and it reached a high of almost $10 that day that the video dropped. And you can also see a massive change in volume. So while I'm not saying Kevin pump and dump the stock, what I am saying is he could have potentially generated a lot of buying pressure, okay? And he even confronted the CEO on March 18th, 2021. I'm not a fan of these YouTubers interviewing CEOs. Not just Kevin, a lot of them do it. Because what happens is that stimulates interest in a stock, and usually if a CEO is getting interviewed, I mean, like every CEO gets interviewed, right? But for a CEO to come onto YouTube, it's a little fishy to me. It's almost like they're just trying to draw attention to their company, which every CEO does. But to come onto YouTube instead of like, I don't know, CNBC or a more established, reputable place, it seems like they're trying to appeal and have retail buy into their stock. And we could see, well, let's see if Kevin actually stimulated demand, stimulation. March 18th, 2021. Let's see, March 18th, 2021. So apparently, we could see the interview dropped, and then there was basically double the trading volume of the day before, but it wasn't outside the realm of ordinary buying and selling. So I would not say that this interview, which only got 75,000 views, which for Kevin really isn't that many, I don't think it really did much. This video, which had 273,000 views, potentially did move the stock, but I'm not saying Kevin pumped and dumped. Okay, so why has this stock dropped 95%? This is so easy, okay? This is not hard. Now remember, any stock can be massively overvalued, like Tesla, okay? And it can drop massively, even if it's profitable, even if it has growing revenues and growing cash flows. Because if the stock runs up massively and it's divorced from its fundamental value, at some point it'll revert. What is the fundamental value of Shift Technologies? It's basically like a Carvana, okay? It's an e-commerce platform for buying and selling used cars. Why has this company collapsed 98% over a 5-year time horizon? Very simple. Go to stockanalysis.com, look at the financials. We can see growing revenue. That's fine. We go down to shares outstanding. Went up a little bit. That's fine. However, we can see a problem here. Deteriorating gross margin. It's basically almost going to negative at this point. We can see for its entire history, it's had negative operating margin and it's had negative profit margin. and it's had negative free cash flow except for the most recent quarter. We go look at the balance sheet, and we can see they have current assets of 113, and they have current liabilities of 88. So they're not technically going to go bankrupt based on that liquidity measure. However, we compare long-term assets to long-term liabilities, they've packed on a ton of debt. And we go down and we see their shareholders' equity is negative. That's right, they have negative shareholders' equity. They have more liabilities, debts, than they do assets on the balance sheet. On top of that, we can see that stockholders' equity is almost entirely composed of contributions. What does that mean? That means the company isn't growing its book value, its equity, from profits, from making money. It's only growing its book value from shareholder contributions, which is not a return. It's a negative return. If you're growing your business's book value and it's only from shareholder contributions and you're having losses every year, your investors aren't making any money off of their investments. If we go to the statement of cash flows, very easy to see. Look at these negative cash flows. Negative, well, positive one time for operations. Negative, and then a little bit of positive operating cash flows. Okay? This is not hard. If a company is losing money like this and it's having massive negative margins, stay away, okay? Or just treat it as a speculative bet. But when you come on here and you listen to somebody that says it's a cheap $8 stock, why is it cheap? Why? Because it's the price is low, the share price is low. I don't know. But when somebody says it's cheap and that it could 5x, just take a quick second to look at the financials and say, are they making money? Are their margins improving? Are they diluting the shareholders? Do they actually generate positive cash flow? There's some simple things you can look at and make absolutely sure that you're not getting shafted in your bunghole by watching videos, including from Kevin. Kevin's not perfect, okay? I don't bash him like I used to, but this is a great illustrative lesson to you. Cheers!